Hola, buenos dias. Hello, this is Andrew Weston. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm in the matrix circles right now, and everything is line dividing through its activation code. So I've done an illustration of a diagram, and everything through its formation is its activations. And those activations are going through its circles of cycles. So it's a very powerful force that's going on right now. So the energy systematical system through myself with the body and ego systems is going on so many connection energy waving patterns through communications of harmonic systems of radio signals. So formulating myself through everything through its connection of its atmospheres, stratospheres, and hemispheres. And that's how you get its continuous force through its rounding force of connection of its energy force, and everything through its circles, because everything goes its circulation and its rotation. So I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and everybody that's going through this fantastic time through the force in and the force without. We have to keep its formulation going through its activation, and everything through its force of its recognition, everything through its soul's recognition. So it's very important that everybody understands what's going on through all this information I give you, through the energy fields, through the energy cycles, through the systematical systems of the energy hydraulic systems. Now the hydraulic systems are going through its own activations of shapes, letters, and numbers. So it's very important to understand how you line divide everything through its circulation of its rotation through circles and cycles of the matrix, because matrix is high rising right now on so many different levels of its continuous force. So again, thank you for subscribers. You guys are amazing. I appreciate the love and support. Let's keep going with its continuous force. So today I have a diagram, and I've already written it out. It's very simple to me, but to everybody else it's very confusing, right? It's a sonograph of a graphing system, okay? And it activates on so many different line waving patterns. And those line waving patterns is setting a pathway through the matrix. So each time you change an activation, you're going through a walkway, and that walkway is changing it, okay, through its illumination of lights. So this is where you have to communicate, with the galactic higher self or the matrix or the higher self. It's very important how you use its activation through its circles and cycles, because those activation codes are going to be very extremely real. And once you understand how to use the mind and brain frequencies, like I said, it's very important how we're getting into that right now through the telekinesis, because everything is movements right now. Because once you open your perceptions, your cycle divisions are changing through its circles, okay? And it's very important to understand everything through the harmonic system is communication of colorations, okay? So I just want to bring that to everybody's attention, but this is what it is, okay? This is exactly what it is. This is a communication line pattern, okay? This is electronic interference, all right? So it's kind of like a circle through its cycles. And as you can see right here, see the pathway? Every time you change its activation, it's going through its centers. See, this is the blue center. These are blue centers, okay? And it's going through its full circular rotation. And as you get through its path, you open each frequency levels of its activation and its codes, okay? So remember I was telling you about the point system, right? Well, these are parallels, okay? Each one is a parallel, 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 parallel. And now it's getting more tricky because you're going through higher dimensions of its force. Once you get in its coloration of its path and of its existence, you know how to open all frequency lines through the connection wires, okay? So once you get up to the very front there, okay, there's an open sequence. And again, you have to use the platform to use its activation codes through the harmonic systems. That's how you change everything through its connection of its interference, because it's interacting and it's interfacing with its telekinesis right now, okay? Remember I was telling you about cross-referencing? These are laser mechanisms going up, okay? Sign winning on divisional levels on the graphing wall on this side. Again, this side is the connection of its wall. So they're both graphing centers through its connection of its two graphing wall centers of a ceiling surface and a solar surface of its walkway, okay? That's what it is. That's what it looks like, okay? So it's very important to understand when things get complicated, things get really complicated. Now let's understand how to line divide everything, okay, through its force and its connection, okay? Because everything backdrafts, everything sine winds, everything goes through its element, but everything is line formed, everything is connected, okay? Even the wall graph and surface is connected, right? All the lines, everything is point center. And that's how you communicate through the galactic higher self communication levels of interference, electronic interference and phasing, okay, with its recognition, okay? Because everything has a point center, but each parallel is a different dimension of its sets, okay? But that's exactly what it is. Hey, Angel, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, I'm in the matrix graphing system right now through its circles and cycles. So I just wanted to show you what goes on through its activation codes and how you change everything through its line formations. But that's exactly what it is, okay? It's exactly what it is. Once you're in the matrix, these are the things that you see through its information of its energy. See how powerful it is? Your eye perception sees so much, because it just keeps going through its continuous force, because it high winds its cycles through the blue, green, and red. But you have to understand its electronic interference, and you have to understand its interfacing with any entity force of its galactic force through the matrix, especially when they're matrix, because you're changing line divisions of activation codes every second per second. And that's how you communicate through its colorations. So it's extremely powerful stuff. I'm just basically, like I said, I just finished doing an illustration. I've had my coffee. I feel pretty good. There's a lot going on right now in my brainwaving systems. I'm changing the line formations right now of shapes and everything through its calculation of its modification. I'm changing mass of electricity and devices. I'm changing illumination of lights. Last night, it was incredible force. Believe it or not, I was going through a circulation and I was just sine winding my divisional levels of perception. I was looking up and I was seeing the light fixture. Now, remember I was talking about when you change your perception, you see the actual perception of its coloration through the light fixture? Well, this time it was communicating back with me and telling me that, how are you doing? And that's what I mean by how powerful it is. You can go past its circuitry levels and have the circuitry talk back to you. So it's connecting with me through my energy, through my body and ecosystems. So it's asking me how I was doing. It's pretty amazing how you go through its connection energy force. Once you're in the matrix grid systems, your mind braving systems is communication on its levels of its intelligence. So that's how you communicate back and forth. So I was using the harmonic systems of its vibrations and is illuminating. Okay? It's pretty powerful stuff. I'll show you. I'll draw you a rough graph, very quick draft of what it was. Everything it formulates is through its different colors. Okay? So let's say green, red, and yellow. Okay? But it's fascinating when you're communicating on so many levels of interference. It's pretty fantastic stuff. Okay, see the light formation. Okay, so basically, okay, start off with a circle. All right, start off with a circle. All right, this is a light fixture. Okay, now when I was looking up at the ceiling last night, okay, I was communicating with it, right? And I was saying, once you get it through its dimensional sets, you see its perception. So basically, it was going like this, round and round in circles. Okay, it's electronic interference. That's how it communicates, right? It uses protection grid first because it wants to know who you're communicating with, right? So it's inside of its circle. Okay, so it's red, outer surface, and the inner surface of electronic interference, which is interfacing, right, with the galactic higher self. Okay, so the galactic higher self communicates back. Okay, so basically the galactic higher self communicates back like this. Okay, now when he's communicating back, he's sending mixed signals. Okay, So basically you're changing colors. So the color goes yellow. Okay, now it's getting its full rotation. Okay, I use a blue surface because the yellow doesn't work. I've been drawing a lot. But I'm just showing you when it always goes in circulation and rotation until it gets its continuous force of knowing what's going on through its communication levels. So now the galactic higher self, okay, is using telekinesis and it's communicating on its perception of its coloration. Once it reaches its coloration, it answers back by doing this, back and forth. And this is what it's doing, okay? It's trying to figure out what's going on with its communication levels. Okay, it's always on a continuous force. Okay, so it sine winds its divisional levels. It opens up its communication levels, like I said in my last video. Okay, it goes in full rotation of everything through its source and everything through its connection of its energy force. Okay, that's how it gets its communication through its radio signal. But this is what it was doing back and forth. Okay, it was communicating back and forth with me. It was asking, how am I doing? That's what it's doing. See how its line divides through the subdividing? It's going back and forth. It's trying to communicate. Okay, so once it's communicated through its outer surface, okay, see the north, south, east, and west. Okay, now once you understand its communication on electronic interference, it's pretty powerful stuff. What happens is it starts to slow down. When it slows down, it knows how to communicate with you now, because now you have partnership with its light fixture. Okay, and then it allocates answers back. Okay, it goes into the dimension, okay, which is the matrix D, matrix MD, right? Matrix D. Okay, so now you're communicating on this light fixture of its dimension. Remember I said you have to understand its dimension and where it's at through its communication. So it's exactly what it is. Okay, the matrix dimension. Okay, all right. So once it's on its matrix dimension of its level, it slows down its communication, right? And it answers back. So it answered back with, how are you? And how are you is basically like this. It's an electric vibe. It goes like this. How are you? So basically that's what it is. How are you? How are you? See, it goes up. So basically what it was doing through its circulation, it was rotation, it was answering back. So it was starting from here, okay, a basic communication level, and then it goes up to a higher level. Okay, how are you? Okay, basically it's like that. Okay, how are you? Okay. And understanding communication, it's fantastic. I mean, especially when it interfaces back with you and you know exactly what's going on because you're opening your listening skills. And remember, when you're communicating on all levels of its continuous through the matrix dimensions, the galactic higher self or the matrix higher self, okay, is connecting through its communication, through its interfacing of its interception, okay, and everything through its radio signal. So opening those audio signals, you know how to use your communication of its traveling mechanisms. Well, this is how you open your frequencies of its signals and how you tap in through the mind and the brain frequencies. And that's how you get connections through. How are you? Okay. Right there. How are you? Okay, that's how you communicate through the matrix, and it's communication of all levels of its continuous force. Because once you understand your circuitry systems, you know how to communicate back with light fixtures. You just got to find its balance through its communication of the matrix dimension. Okay, matrix dimension. Matrix dimensions. Okay, so it's powerful stuff, guys. It really is, but I'll just show you one more time what's going on through its connection of its energy force. It's amazing, amazing. But that's what it is, okay? That's how it is, how you communicate on light fixtures of the matrix grid systems and how it answers back, okay, with its voicing grids. Once you understand its communication and you can get into the matrix grid systems through the matrix dimensions, you can communicate on their levels and really open the audio signals through its matrix higher self or galactic higher self, okay? And that's where they know how to communicate. And they'll communicate back with you by saying, how are you? Very simple, very direct, but that's opening the audio skills. Because your light fixtures are light formations. Your communication of your energy cycles are circuitry levels. So your circuitry levels are communications through light fixtures, through mechanicals, through electronics. And that's how powerful you can be through the mind and the brain frequencies. And that's going beyond its systems. But that's exactly what it is. Okay. Show you one more time. So basically, that's what it is. That's how the galactic higher self communicates with its open frequencies of its signals through the matrix dimensions. And remember how I said you have to have vibrations of emotions, right? Well, now it's connecting with me through its vibration, through its communication of the matrix and its dimensions of its harmonic systems. And that's how it was able to talk to me back. How are you? Okay. That's being extremely powerful. If you can communicate with light fixtures, whoa, it's going way beyond its recognition, you know? I'm thinking, whoa, I'm crazy. I'm locos. Because, you know, my high rising divisions right now are going through so much force. And the energy cycles are just so powerful, so strong. Especially when you get into the matrix dimensions of its grid systems. You know, because I've been into the energy core, I fix illuminations, everything through cycles, and everything through its circles I'm going through right now, right? Through its connection. By its powerful force that's going on right now. So that's what everybody should try to do. Is like when you are asleep, right? Okay. Have light on for maybe 5 minutes. Look at the light fixture at the ceiling, or it could be a graphene wall in the center. Okay. In the front, side winds, or the back wall surface of its graphene surface. But it depends on your perception. So basically, set your limits through your perception, your dimensional sets, find its location, exactly know its vibrational levels through their harmonic systems, connect on all waving signals through a radio signal, okay? Try to allocate that through its location, sidewind its divisional levels through its dimension and its sets through its point centers, open up those frequencies of the harmonic systems, communicate through its dimensional of its matrix, and you should be able to figure out what they're telling you. And that's how you open communication through how are you. But that's what it is. Okay. So look at the light fixture, have the light on, and then turn it off. Okay. And try to understand what's going on through its perception of its cycles. Once you understand, it's going to slow down its mechanisms. And now it's communicating and listening to you. It's about listening. If it's going to listen to you, you're going to listen to the light fixture. And that's what I mean by open communication, okay, through its force, okay, because everything has its connection energy force. You have to understand your perception through your dimensionals of its point centers, okay. So that's how I came up with this, okay. All right. It's understanding activation, how to change those code frequencies per second, because everything line divides through its circles and its cycles, through the matrix and its grid systems. So, hey Sarah, how you doing? Yeah, I just had to get this video, because it's very powerful stuff, and I just want to show everybody what they can do and how they communicate through the matrix dimensions if they get into that. You can get into the GD, which is the galactic dimensions, because like I said, every day I go through a different video, and those videos are high rising, okay? There's still reviews, but it's very important to understand how you can communicate through electronic interference of light fixtures, mechanicals, Okay, anything electronic. And once it slows down through its communication levels, it's now balancing your frequency levels of its frequency level. And that's how you communicate. And if it answers back, then you know you're in the matrix grid systems of its matrix and its dimensions. So, but it's incredible force that's going on right now. Sometimes I think I'm crazy. I don't know. Just people don't understand me. And I'm sure you guys are going through the same thing. You know, how does he get this information? Where does he get this information? It's mastering energy. You master energy. It's information of intelligence. And that's how you communicate. Okay. Like I said, this light fixture was communicating back with me and was saying, how are you? That's powerful stuff. I mean, that's extremely powerful. We're not talking humans talking to humans. We're talking, you know, when you're in the matrix IA systems or the galactic or the higher self is communicating through its circuitry systems of its electronic systems. And it's understanding its gravitation. It's understanding its communication of its vibration. And that's how it's using its audio skills. And that's how it has its interception through its interfacing. Because everything is a connection, energy, waving power. And once you understand how to use your power centers, you can use your point centers through its dimensional sets and all divisional lines of its communication of its harmonic systems. So, so Angel, how you doing? Angie, how you doing? Angel, Sarah. So how's everybody doing so far? Trisha, how you doing? You missed quite a bit. I have a lot to do today. So I finished doing a live video. Quick questions because I'm going to be leaving very soon. I've got a lot going on right now. So like I said, all this energy of its information is mastering everything through its connection of its activations and its codes. So everything through its frequencies is communication line through the harmonic systems. So try to watch back my video because there's a lot going on right now through its formation and everything through its communication lines and its communication waves and its radio signals of its waves. So yeah, there's a lot going on. You're going to find that, Angel. You're going to find that, especially when you go through its intelligence of its knowledge. You're going to find exactly what's going on right now because your communication on higher levels. And like I said, once you get into the GD or you get into the MD, then you know you're high rising through higher communication of its vibration through the harmonic systems. And then you're going to be able to understand that light fixtures or anything mechanical or anything electronic can communicate back with you, okay, with its voice and signal. And everything is done through mind telepathy, through telekinesis. It's very important to understand that's how we communicate, okay? So if you get a light fixture communicating with you and saying, hey, how's it going? Or how are you doing? That's very powerful. You are now fully connected through partnership with that light fixture because you understand its communication levels of its vibration. Everything has a vibration. It's understanding how to break those code frequencies of its communication levels, okay? And once you find that balance, you know exactly what to say. And the light fixture know exactly what to say back because your communication on that harmonic signal through the matrix and its dimensions. So, but it's incredible force. It really is. I mean, it's tremendous. It's outrageous. It's fantastic, you know, when you can reach that level. So, like I said, you know, it's like, how was your day today, Andrew? Oh, it was great. You know, I communicate with light formation. I'm not just talking using the perception, actually seeing the coloration. But when you can actually communicate on a higher level and understand what it's saying, okay, through the harmonic level, okay, then you know you're in a higher vibration. And once you understand that, you understand your mind and brain frequencies and how they open through its communication levels. So, but I hope everybody's doing well. Really wish you could see our doodles. They're so close to what you're drawing. But before I see yours, it's freaky. Yeah. It's because I'm in the matrix energy core systems, Angel. Okay, once you get into the MD, then you're really hybridized through its vibrations. So I've been doing meditation will allow me to see my shape. How was I wondering if it was possible to two shapes? I usually see triangles that always turn into diamonds. Okay, so you're a diamond core through its century of its circles. Okay, its power center, which is the equilibrium of its balance and its energy field. So your connection energy force is sine winding it through its centers of its oscillation wind cycles. So you have a diamond cord inside you. If you're communicating with diamonds or are you communicating with shapes, you're communicating with its diamond core of its body and ecosystems, Trisha. So good for you. So you're communicating a higher level of vibration through shapes of a diamond. So that's good stuff. But it's almost been a half hour. So a couple more questions and I'm going to head out. So I just want to do a quick video on what's going on right now. And I think it's better too, not just doing it live, but what I experience, because I want everybody to try to do experiments with your body's systems. Understand how to communicate, understand how to use your perception, understand coloration, understand its balance, understand its harmonic system, understand its vibration, understand that you can go to a higher dimension through the matrix. Okay? That's what everybody should be studying. That's what everybody should be researching. That's what everybody should be doing through the listening of its audio connection radio signals. Okay? So, but everything is going to get a lot more tricky now. A lot more trickier. Okay? Especially when you're in the matrix. Because like I said, it's extremely real. And it's work for me. It's not just me showing you an illustration. Me showing you this, okay, is just not fun and play. This is work. This is work, okay? And the matrix is real, very, very real, okay? Because space is real. The atmosphere is real, okay? The grounds that you walk on are real, okay? It's understanding how everything circulates and rotates through its activation of its codes and its communication through its radio signals, okay? So everybody has a purpose, you know, light workers, they have missions, they have purposes too, right? They work on so many divisional levels of healing and transition. So we're working towards that. You guys are high rising through shapes. You know, have you guys got into letters yet? Have you seen letters so far, or are you still working with shapes and its activation through its movements? Guidance will give you everything, Trisha. Okay, basically, remember I told you you're on the sister planet on the other side of its Jupiter planet? Okay, so you want to know exactly what planet you're on? You're on Septarian. Septarian, okay, is an energized planet through the matrix and its coloration of its grid system. Okay, that's why you're extremely informative, and now you're awake. So you're on that planet right now. Okay, that's where you reside from. Okay, Sectarian, yeah. That's the planet system that you came from through your awakening, of your dream awakening. Okay, so that should help you out a little bit more through its communication and everything through its line dividing of its acting force and everything through its connection of its higher force, through its light force. Okay, so I gave you a push, Trisha. Now it's up to you to find that galactic family on Sectarian. If you find Sectarian, you have that planet now through its vibration. There's other Sectarians. You just have to use your communication levels. Okay? Yeah. Yep. No, you'll get there. You'll get there. And once you get there, you get a lot more powerful. But you're sign winning to visual levels right now, Trisha, and you're coming extremely important right now in the matrix. So your energy cycles look good. Your energy fields look good. Your collaboration is good, right? So you just have to form a partnership with all intelligence through its vibration of its harmonic systems. And then you can connect to all its galactic tree. Remember we talked about the galactic tree? That's exactly what it is. Understanding ancestry, understanding sisters and brothers and father and mother planets. Okay? Because everything line divides, everything connects through its force. Okay? Matrix is very high. It always goes on a continuous force. And that's why I keep saying systems rather than system. Okay? So, more numbers and a lot of sacred geometry for me. Okay, numbers are good. You communication through the angelics. Yeah, that's good. Those are communication energy waving patterns. Those are great, Sarah. Light bulbs blow around me sometimes. That's because you're not getting connected through your energy fields and you're getting distraction. So basically, you're high winding your force, and everything through its connection of its energy force, energy, is going to have its disruption. So you have to get your balance with your energy fields of its energy cycles through your systematical systems. Okay? That's what you need to do, Angie. So you don't, distract anything or have anything that blows up. So I tried to say after the live was over. But everybody's getting there, which is great too. Just shapes and letters. Okay. All right. So you guys are just still on shapes and letters. That's okay. Okay. So now is the time to really focus on the telekinesis and how to activate everything through shapes and letters. Because we know the activations, we know the vibrations, we know the dimensional sets to the point centers. Now we got to work towards numbers. Okay. So one thing at a time, but we're doing exceptionally well. So, yeah. Trisha, you have to do that through meditation. Yeah. That's the only way you can go through your planet system. You have to meditate. It will high wind your force system through its power and its connection of its energy system. So, how can we learn to communicate with letters? Okay, I did a graphing system, okay, through a DNA structure of its velocity and speed and acceleration of its virtual reality. Sarah, I did through my live video, so maybe you could watch that back. But I will go deeper, okay, how you can communicate with letters. But right now we're working with shapes and letters, and then numbers. Numbers are the hardest, okay? Numbers are extremely hard to do. But let's just take taking the process of everything that's going around right now through its frequencies and its levels of its harmonic systems. And let's communicate with the knowledge and the intelligence that we have right now through the shapes, okay? We've got into the letters a little bit, but not too much, but we understand its shapes and how to use its activation through its movements. So we're doing exceptionally well on that, right? Yeah. Make sure you watch my live videos, Sarah, because it formulates everything that's going through its information. You know? So anyway, a couple more questions and I got to head out. But it was very important for me to get here to see everybody. So I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, just keep asking. Yeah, okay, you know exactly where you are. That should open your awakening, Trisha. You should be more informative through its extreme force. You're connecting right now through the matrix. So you just have to understand what's happening with your planet system. You have to know how to communicate with your planet system through its vibration. Okay? Once you communicate with that, then you get the answers to everything that you want. Okay? Because I resonate. My planet system is Lemuria. Right? I know its energy power. I know its energy force. I know Mother Gaia is extremely connected through me and Father. Once you understand its power's connection, you understand power's everything through its virtuality of its DNA structures, its body DNA structures, okay, everything through its communication levels, radio signals, and everything through its vibration of its harmonic systems. So, yeah, he's going through a crisis right now. But like I said, everything is going to balance out with his family. He's going through cycle divisions right now, but he's going to be okay. Yeah, you can send good thoughts. That's a really good idea. Yeah. Use more force, right? The more we connect with that, you can use those thoughts and send all that energy to him, right? So, oh, thank you. I give what I can, and it just gets crazier and crazier and crazier because all this information has to come out of me, and I've got so much energy. It's amazing how I high rise through the matrix and its systems because I'm the only one in the system has the information, right, through its centers of its multiverse. So, but everybody's getting better, they're getting better with their information and their energy systems, through their energy cycles, their body and ego systems, and they're connecting with their energy waving radio signals and everything through the connection of the mind and the brain frequencies. So, E, how you doing? Well, that's great. I'm glad you guys are communicating outside its surface. That's what you want, right? You want a high rise in so many divisional levels. Yeah, communication is everything. I'll say that again and again, right? That's how you get knowledge. That's how you get intelligence. That's how you get awareness. And that's how you use your consciousness, right? So, yeah, it's the best way, Trisha, especially now that I gave you the information of where you reside from your planet system. Okay. So you meditate through that and you say your planet system and you will, that will open up more doors to you. Okay. And those energy systems through your energy cycles will force its recognition and you'll be able to connect through your galactic family because everybody has a galactic family. Everybody. It's just understanding how to communicate. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the communication law. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, it's all about input, data input of information through energy systems and energy cycles. Okay. And everything is vibration through intelligence. Vibration is intelligence. And that's what I mean by going beyond its systems of the mind and brain waving pattern systems. There's a lot to go that's happening right now through its manifestation and its transformation. Right? Okay, one more question. What was that, Angel? Do you know ours? Just curious to see what you're seeing. Oh, you're talking about the doodles. Yeah, I'm getting north wind, south wind, east wind, and west wind of your drawings, Angel. Yeah. 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 We could tap into that later about its illustration and its drawings. So, but I hope everybody's doing well. It's great to see that you guys are having more questions, and that's what we want, right? Because that's how we get smarter with its intelligence. So things are getting a little bit more trickier now because I'm in the MD and you guys are working into the galactic D. Okay. Once you understand everything through its volumes and everything through its connection, you understand everything how line divides through its radio signals. So once you understand that, then you can use your open communication around your energy fields throughout its atmospheres, of its hemispheres and its stratospheres. So Yeah. Meditation. Yeah. Like I said, Trisha, I gave you something that you needed. Okay, so now you can move yourself forward because now you know what planet system you reside on. Okay. And the thing is, too, Trisha, you have to remember, too, because you're high rise and you're awake right now, that planet is connection to the multiverse on the other side. Okay, so the other side of Jupiter. Okay, because the multiverse is so big and so large, it's on a continuous force through its magnesium polarized of its highway and its energy system through a matrix system, which operates on a brainwaving system of its stem of its systems. So that's how it operates through its energy cycles, through its energies. Okay. So your planet system, okay, isn't a high vibration. Okay. But it's on the other side of the solar system of its systems. Okay. So that's how far your planet is. And that's what I mean by communication levels. Okay. So everybody, I got to go. All right. I'll keep you informed of what's going on right now through the matrix and its grid systems and everything through its connection and energy wires through its vibration of its harmonic systems. Adios, everybody.